Today we are going to discuss about our next module, RDS, Relational Database Management Lab. Suppose if you go to the database, like AWS, so there is a service, look for service, just search for service RDS, Relational Database Management. Just click on that, so then you can able to create the databases. So the creating database is very easy, but but managing is difficult. So that we can provide to the database team. Sometimes we can create the database and hand over to the database team. Otherwise, you can give the only database access to the database team to manage the database, but we need to manage the rest of the components like networking, security, firewalls, and backups and everything we need to manage even in RDS also. Sometimes migration also we need to take care because of the S3 dependency and all. So we'll talk about that. But first of all, our topic is, what is our topic? Our topic is RDS, right? RDS, Relational Database Management System, Relational Database Services. Okay. So in this we have a lot of databases we can create, like almost 6 databases. So these databases are like a PaaS model. Remember that. So these databases are in PaaS model. PaaS model means platform as a service model. So they will not give any server. So if you want to create a database, yes, you can create a database. While creating a databases, you have various databases here, like Oracle database, MySQL database, MariaDB, and Postgres database. So like we have different databases we can create. Some of them is free, some of them is like paid. You need to pay for, like especially Aurora, and is not the free. And Oracle database also, initially it was free. Free tier is available. Now there is no free tier is available. If you see, there is no free tier available. So that PaaS model means platform as a service model. Now what is RDS? You are very clear. Relational database management. Why we need this is all this is the database service in cloud. So what kind of databases? Aurora, MySQL, MariaDB, and Microsoft SQL, and Oracle and Postgres SQL. These are all the databases we can manage in AWS. But these all databases are sitting in any one of the instance, but we don't have access to the instance. This is pay-per-use model, first thing. And also bring your own license concept. So the license we need to bring our own, and also you need to understand this is the PaaS model, platform as a service. The infrastructure is not available, only platform. So here some of the databases are free, some of them is not free. So if you go to the MySQL, just select the MySQL, and you can see there is a free tier. So you can go with the free tier for practice purpose. You can also go with production, but you need to pay for that. If you go here, the production version, they will charge something here. They will show like how much pay and payment and all. Better you can go with the free tier. The difference between free tier and production or development environment, there is a high availability and multi-availability zones are available. That means in case one database is down, the other database is up. So like that, there is a high availability. And also SSDs are available here. SSDs are available, and you can select any kind of big missions also. So you can select the big missions, and based on that you need to pay for that. So that these are all of the differences. If you go to the free tier, you don't have anything like high availability. Can you see this? These are all grayed out. That means you no need to pay anything. Then settings, the database also, you can go with any of the databases. You can go with only the free, small mission what they are offering. So see, if you go here, you can't see any of the instances. These are grayed out because in free tier they will give you only one CPU with 1 GB RAM, not EBS optimized. They will provide normal thing. So, and general purpose SSD, like that, they will provide you the storage and how much storage. 20 GB is free. If you want more than that, you need to pay for that. And also scaling automatically in case 20 GB is filled up. So you want allow automatically to increase, just select this. If you unselect, it will not. So this way you can also select this. And the connectivity, like what, how do you want any special security group for this? So you want any kind of firewalls, or you want to allow the public access, and what kind of security group you want to allow. Do you remember last time we selected some security group, so that was not allowing any outside connection with routing and all. I was enabled, then we are able to access. Okay, so we'll talk about this. Then coming to additional configuration. So you want to go for any additional configurations like data, what is the database groups and all. Otherwise it is taking the default one. So you want to enable the backups, so every 1 hour or every 2 hours, and also depends on how you want to take the backup, every 7 days or something like that. So then coming to the logs, you want to generate the logs. The logs are redirecting to AWS S3. So you can also read, not S3, CloudWatch. So these logs are redirecting to CloudWatch. If you want, then you can enable any maintenance window. So if you enable the maintenance window, it will it will go to the maintenance. At that time, they will do some patching or whatever you want. So that means if any updates are going with AWS environment, they want to push some notifications, some patching or some updates and everything. For that, you can specify a specific window. Otherwise, if you take it out, then they will send anytime. If you select this, then you can select any specific window. Only that time they will go to the maintenance. So then coming to estimated cost is as a free tier, so there is no cost. After 20 GB only they will charge like that. So creating database is very easy. Just to select all the options and you can select the password also. You need to provide welcome 123. So welcome 123. So that is the one thing. Now we are almost there to create the database. Creating database is straightforward, and we can able to create the database. So, but we need to wait for the database creation. In the meantime, any questions here, anyone? So once the database is ready, then we can able to access this database. So before that, we are trying to understand some operations about the database. Operations in the sense, now till now we are good, right, Mahindra?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we just selected. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also trying on another window, so the same process. So
Oh, okay, perfect. In the meantime, you can download from the Google Workbench. WORK work BENCH Workbench. Um, download download. So you can just go to the work. I mean, like Workbench download. You can download the. You can able to download the Workbench. So MySQL DB viewer. Okay. So you just go there and you can download. I think look like this is the paid one. Otherwise, you just go to the other websites and there is a lot of people there. Download here. See this one. You go there and you can select the Microsoft one. Download, that's all, and you can install. This tool is used to connect to the AWS server. I already installed this workbench. So I have already installed MySQL Workbench 8.0. So I can connect to this workbench by using this AWS. So this AWS I can access using workbench. So now coming to, if we go to the workbench here, so creating database. So we need to wait for the database come to on. So this is still creating, still it is the status is creating. You can also see the status of this logs in logs and events. If the database is ready, then you will see the database is created, like some statuses also. So in the meantime, yeah, if
What
you
is the
go to,
exactly website for the workbench? MySQL Workbench?
yeah, directly MySQL Workbench, I think.
It's taking somewhere else.
Workbench download, then you go to, yeah, go to dev.mysql.com.
MySQL.
In that download, like that. So this is the one. I just let me ping you in chat window. You can check from there. So now the database is almost ready. So in the meantime, we can just go to the dashboard and look around everything we can study here. So here
So
the,
sign up
yeah,
for login. It's asking for
it
no
is
that
a,
my download. Okay, just start my download.
yeah, start download. Yeah.
ఏ శ్రీతు అర్జెంట్ గా రా. ఉరికిరా. ఇది ఇలా పాస్వర్డ్ కొట్టుకో. పాస్వర్డ్ మార్చినాను సంపాదిస్తున్నాను. మళ్ళీ పాస్వర్డ్ రాసి పెట్టినారు.
Once the database is created, so we need to still wait for this creation. Once it is completed, then you can go query editor. So query editor is not applicable for all the databases. It is only for Aurora database. So we can ignore that. That means you can write the queries here itself directly. You can write the MySQL queries from here itself. You can write the queries here itself, and you can go to the performance insight. So you can see the database. If once it is created, you can see the database performance, like CPUs, memory, and all. We can just monitor that also. Then snapshot, if you want, you can take the snapshot, system snapshot, and the manual snapshot also. So the system snapshot will be available once the database is created. The first time it is going to take the database as a snapshot, that is the backup. So you can see that. Okay, sometimes people are posting their backups to public. Then you can just see what are the snapshots and all. So backup services also, you can backup service, you can create a snapshot using this app, but no databases. That's why we can't able to do now. So, and also this is the most important feature. So whatever the databases you want, you can export to S3 storage. So that means whenever you export, and you can download whenever you want back. So that is the exports option. So then coming to automated backups also, see the backup is started. That means the database is created already. So the first time it is taking the one copy of your existing database. See, one backup is taking. That means the first time, the once the database is completed, the it is going to start automatically backup. The backup is initiated. This is the first backup it is taking. Okay. So after that, reserved instances, don't go for the reserved instances, because this is most important thing is like uh, reserved instance is kind of uh, prepaid. So don't pay whether you can use that or not. So you need to 1 year, 2 years, you need to use that. Okay, don't create that. So proxy, I'm not sure like how this proxy is working for the database. That means they can bypass the actual databases, and people will come to these proxies. So that is the one thing. And then coming to the subnet group, there is a subnet group and there is a parameter group. That means you want a specific subnet for these databases. You can create your own subnet for the separate databases also. Parameter group is kind of what kind of settings you want. The database is having some settings like minimum number of characters of the database, maximum size of the file. So like some default settings are there. So if you go here, you can see the parameter groups. This is optional group is the sometimes like you can use the optional group instead of parameter group. So that means that has some other parameters in that. So if you go here, parameter group, you can modify whatever the parameters you want and all. So it's very easy and straightforward. So that is the parameter group, and also optional group. Optional group means like it is same as the parameter group. This is also you can change, modify some parameters, extra parameters you can create, and you can use them for your purpose. And also customs availability zone. Customs availability zone means don't create this. This is extra charges. So you want to allow, you want to create extra zones like availability zones. So that means that you are creating your own data centers. So don't create. And customs engine version also, that we are not sure, you want to create your own operating system, own not operating system, database and database version and all. You can create your own database version also. So that is the one thing. And the events means like you already know, in case some database is down, the team need to get alert. Application down, team need to get alert. Some alerting mechanism. Alerts are always getting like this. So this is also one more important thing. Now that is the alerts related stuff. Then coming to that means just subscription. Like if you remember, we already created subscriptions for this, right? So we already created subscriptions. The subscriptions, what it does, so based on the notification system, whatever the notification system, they will receive the alert based on the incident. Based on the incident, suppose incident, my incident is down, or specific database or all databases. I'm talking about only this database. Otherwise, I want to for another database. So we can look for the databases here, whatever the databases you want. So that is the one more important. Now coming to here, the databases, and select the event category based on the failures or uh, uh, failures or anything. Based on that, we can receive the alerts. So that is the alerting mechanism and all. So let me go to the database now, and we can try to connect to this database. If we click on the database, then you can see there is a connectivity. In this connectivity, there is an endpoint they are providing. Even you can also access to this database by using this access keys, not access key, by using the username and password. Username is admin, password is welcome 123, and port number and all. So for this connection, like if you want to connect to the MySQL database, we have a third-party tool like MySQL Workbench. Third party means it is not the third party, but the same. Like yeah. MySQL company, they are giving something to. So this is the one more important. Now coming to just MySQL admin or something. So then coming to, you can go here, like you can add the new connection, new database. You can connect. Otherwise, existing database also. You can modify maybe. I think not sure. We can edit or something, edit connection also. You can provide your own name, so own this connection. Now today new connection, so we need to select the we need to select the yeah, we need to select this endpoint, and we can select the endpoint here. Okay, port number admin, the password is welcome 123 is the password. So you can provide welcome 123 test connection. So successfully made. Okay, then we can I think we can connect this now. How to connect? Maybe double click. Test is done. Is there any connect option? Move, duplicate, move. Okay, after removing, maybe we can double click, I think. So now we can able to access to this new database. That's all, very easy and straightforward. So once you create it, and you can able to log into the database using this endpoint, port number, and username is admin always, and you can provide whatever the password. So after that we connected and we are all set. So now you are able to access to the database, very easy. So the same way you can just explore some outline here, like how to connect and networking, and what kind of ports you want to allow the security group, and which data center you want to create. So what is the CID? This is security group. Okay, security group, what security group you can use. Then monitoring, you want to monitor these databases. See how the disk IO, how the database connections, how the CPU, and you can monitor everything here. And also the log events, you can also see what's going on with your database. If you reboot it, then it will show you how when you rebooted and all, like you can also modify the databases and configurations. Also configuration means this will give you entire information about your database, like how much storage, what kind of storage, how much CPU, the instance, right? But this system, this database instance is installed on top of the one instance. That instance is T2 DBT2 micro machine, having one CPU, 1 GB RAM, but we don't have the access to that server. That server is owned by AWS, because they are giving PaaS model, platform as a service model. So we can just get the platform for our purpose, but we don't have anything like RAM, access and server access. We don't have. So like that, we can just do some changes here. So after that, so the last week we discussed till now. So then coming to we are trying to access the server using light say light say. So we want to access the server using using our 1 second. Yeah. So we need to access. I have one server, Unix server. I want to access the same database using Unix server. Do sudo su hyphen. I have already Linux server, you know that. So and also vi slash etc sshd. I think I did this. So let me see. I want to access the server from outside, and from there I want to access the database. So it is enabled to look like so. Authentication equal to yes. Yeah, look like I did already. So now let me access to the server. MREPOLIST repo list OUMM. So repository is configured. So we can go to the server and we can access to the server. Then we can do the rest of the stuff. Okay. So yeah. So you can hear me, right? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So now I can able to log in into the system using my username, root, password is this. So then my system is ready. From here, I want to connect to my database from Unix server. How to access the database using Unix server is also very easy. For that, we need to get the access keys and uh, first of all, your system also need to talk with AWS, the server and all. So that means like we need to allow the connections as well. I think look like that day we did that. So otherwise, let me see that. Okay, so now I'm going to cloud AWS. There is a server migration. There is a database migration, MySQL migration. So here, how to access to the MySQL database from command line. So very easy. First of all, you need to understand which version you want. So we can download the software, and that means we are configuring that. So we are installing the MySQL community edition, or you can install the server edition also. Like server means like uh, 8.0 something. So that means we are nothing you can do, just you can just take this output and you are installing the software, the software version. So like here you go there and you can just RPM on this thing. Now YUMMREPOLIST repo list. M repo list will give you the community edition of your MySQL community, MySQL 8.0. Like our software is ready. So then coming to I want to install this software community edition, or I want to go for anything with M local install this release version, or you can just look for that whatever the version you want, 5.7 or this thing. So let me go with anything like 5.7 version. I can install the install MySQL community version. That's all, very easy and straightforward. So we are installing the MySQL. That means this is the client software. In Windows, what we did, in Windows, we installed this MySQL Workbench, right, to connect to the database which is running in AWS. Same way in Unix server, I have already server, so I connected to the server. Then I installed the I I I installed the repository first of all. This is the repository, so the release, right? So then we installed the software. So now the software is installed already. So now it is saying dependency and all. So it is saying already installed, something like that. Okay. Sometime it is looking for the GPG check. So let me go here. Sometimes if it is asking, then I can say hyphen no GPG check. You can say no GPG CHECK check. So then it won't GPG, no GPG check. Okay. Okay. No GPG. So then what it does, it will skip that checking and all, and it is going to install automatically. So now it is installing. See, previously it is looking for the key, so license key, but as of now we are ignoring that and we are proceeding with the installation steps. So once it is installed, but you understanding, right? Mozilla, are you understanding? Mozilla, sorry.
Can you please share that document, MySQL document, whatever websites?
The download one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I already shared in the chat. Otherwise,
hands
I will
on.
also share. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Once again, please. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you.
Mm. So that is the one more thing. So
The one you sent is for Windows, right?
yeah, Windows. Oh, you mean this document? Okay, I will share with you. This
Yes,
is
please.
I already did, but still I will share with you. I just shared in the chat window, copy paste into Notepad. Otherwise, I will also send you over the mail.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now I installed the client software so that now my desktop can, my laptop, my not laptop, desktop, it is just my server can able to talk MySQL something software. So MySQL, now it is understanding MySQL commands. So then I want to access my remote database. So how to access to the remote database? Very simple command, MySQL-h and MySQL-h, and there is a -h, and there is a database. Uh, there is a database, right? We need to go to the database endpoint. We need to look for the endpoint now. Once we are in endpoint, then we are almost there to access AWS database from Unix server. So once we connected, then you can do all of your queries and you can create database, you can connect to the database and you can manage the database. So you can do lot of things here. So here I can go to the database now. I can go to this thing. So -h. So I'm connecting to this database with the port number. So see, port number and username and password also same. So I can give the same username, same password. That's all, very easy. Password it is asking, you can give the password like welcome 123. My red password is ready. Okay, database name is, I think I gave that twice. No, endpoint is correct one, right? -u user administration. This is the one. Admin. Unknown database welcome. No, I think, yeah, we need to avoid this. This is the database name. So yeah, now we can enable. So previously it is looking for the parameter also. MySQL, nothing is here. MySQL is the command -h, the database name, port number is 336, and which user is connecting, then password. That's all. Now you are connected to database, and you can create a separate database here. Very easy. Create a database command is there. So then you can start the databases, and you can enable the database. MySQL D is the database. So after that you can start the database once it is installed. Then you can start the database, and it is already started. That's why we are able to access, and you can make it permanent. Whenever the system is rebooted, then it will come online by enabling this you already understand in our this thing, right? Also you can see the processes are running or not. You can also see the processes are running or not. So in etnet start, yeah, you can also see the MySQL processes are running or not, like that. So you can understand the listening ports and all Samba services, along with this MySQL services also running. So this is the command to see at the pln tu. So this is the option. You can see all the this thing. So then coming to, you can go to the, so you can, like, you can also able to access root as a root also, but root is not enabled at this time. So that's why we are connecting as a only admin user. So this is the admin user. So with the welcome 123. So that's all. You can able to log in into the database. This is the MySQL database. From here you can create a table, like, see, create a table salary related, and you can create a table like employee. So employee table you are creating. So that's all. Employee table is created. Then you can show the table, how many tables are created. So you can able to see employee table is created. Even in the meantime, you can also check from here, like, see, as of now there is no employee table, right? Whenever there is a refresh button, you can refresh somewhere here. So you can see, where is the refresh button? Anyhow, so whenever reload, you can reload the re-login. Otherwise right click and maybe reload data. Yeah. No, data specific, refresh all. So can you see this employee table? You can see the table also created. This table views is there. So as of now, no views because we are not enabled the use this. I'm going to employee. I created a database like employee database. I'm going to the database like employee database by using use to that. So then I'm going to create a table inside this. So with the salary and all. So that's all. An employee table I created a this thing. Then show table, you can see that table also. This is not our job, don't worry. But imagine there is a database team is doing all this job and all, and also tables are inserted, some data also inserted. Like now you can also see the database is created, views are there. So refresh all, then you can see the salary table is there. This table is also having some columns. That column is also having some data, employee name and salary, this thing. So that's all. It's very easy, and you can see the tables, and you can see all the this thing. Okay. So whatever you do from the command line, you can see same thing in there also, because both are same. So you can manage using this command line. Otherwise in GUI also, here you want to, this is the database, right? You want to create a extra table. Just you can say tables, right? Just right click and create a table, like table data import, and you can do so many things here, schema creation and all. So you want to create a table, create schema. So these are all like database terminologies. Okay, you can just click on the tables and you can create a table also. Create a table, kind of. You can just add the tables here, like how many columns, or you can just revert. So
What
lot
is
of options. Sorry,
what is schema?
schema means the database holding space. The database they are installing, right? So after that, the database is sitting there. So the database is where it is going to store, like that. It is just like a file system in our traditional.
Schema we need generally they create a schema.
Yeah, it will create automatically. Nothing we can do. Yeah, the database is created, so it is automatically indexing columns and all. So see, table creation is very easy. So just provide how many new table, so what is the data and how many columns. So just specify and apply. So here you can create the query also. You can write the same kind of and apply. So create a table, right? So same here also, create a table. Suppose you have create a table like this. So suppose I can create a table here. I can create a table here with the employee 1. So just apply. That's all. So maybe it is taking the same data. That's why it is giving error. So no database selected. Okay. We need to select the database for the table actually. So the database is salary database, suppose. So we need employee database. In employee database, you can create a schema. Create a schema. Schema means like you can just maintain the data. So that means like instead of schema, we are creating a database here. Create a table. First create the database here. Create database here. Then inside the database, you can create a inside the database you can create a table. Inside table, you can write the data. So, but mostly like this is the system defined database. So these are all normal databases what we have. So this is the one more important. So go ahead, any questions here?
Yeah, even
Yeah.
we are creating in command line Linux, it's showing in MS SQL Workbench, right? This belongs to Windows, right?
Yeah. It will. That's what employee we created, right? So
Yeah,
in
the
command
logic I
line,
could understand.
yeah, because we connected to the same database.
Hmm.
So we connected to the same database and we are accessing the same database now. See, we connected to the database, right?
Yeah,
And
from
here,
Linux,
yeah, MySQL we connected, right?
right?
In that MySQL, I am creating a database name. Like how many databases here? Employee database, information schema, MySQL. These are all system defined except employee. So in the same way, I want to create another database. The database name is student, example, right? student, student. Now student database is created, but the databases, it will show how many databases are there. So now you know how many databases are there. The student database is also created, right? But in this database there should be a table. Just like Excel sheet, you need the number of columns like that. You understand, right?
Two
MS,
tables, employee table and student. Okay.
yeah, like MS Office, right? Like MS Office database is the like MS Office. The total MySQL is the MS Office. In that we are creating a database like employee database, all employees related information, all student information, or particular information like that. We are creating a databases inside. You are understanding?
Yeah, in MySQL, right?
Sorry?
In MS SQL, it's creating in the MySQL.
Yeah, MySQL. This is everything is under MySQL. This is the MySQL. MySQL is the software. That is the database software.
Okay.
In that database software, by using database software, you are creating the databases. In that database, you need the columns like that fields kind of thing.
Tables. Okay.
Tables. In that table, we are adding the actual data. So now what we did, we created a database, very easy, create database and database name. Then we are able to see how many databases are there. Then we are able to see how many databases are there. This database, I want to enter into this database. You understand? Use this. We are entering into that database. Got it?
Yeah.
Now from there, I want to create a table. I can go there and I can create a table. Instead of salary, rule number, name and rule number, or something like that. Okay, so I want to create this. So create table, EMP, I mean student, STUDENT, student. So the student, here you can say like rule number, anything you can say, rule number, okay, name, and that's it. So that's all, number and name. So name where character, so here number also you can create. So number is number, you can give anything, any number here. Employee number, EMP underscore number equal to, that is always integer. Integer means the number is always integer. Yeah, I will teach this basic this also for our real-time people. So now the table is created. Now I want to see how many tables are there. How many tables are there? Show tables in this database. Student table. So describe DESC, describe student table. So you can see what are the name and all these things. So then you can enter the values, insert the values for that. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This way we can just to manage the database operations and all. This is not belongs to us, but at least our job is how to create the database, how to access the database, how to manage the database and all. So that's all I think for today. So go ahead, any questions, anyone? So now we understand, if you don't want this database, just go here and delete the database, very easy. Make sure you can delete the database so that you no need to delete, yeah, so that we no need to pay anything. Otherwise, this is even not even chargeable, it is free version, but still we don't want to take anything. So any confusion, questions here? Yeah, thanks everyone.